I wanted to talk today about kids and lying and try to situate, try to get you guys understanding why it happens and what you can do about stopping it. Um, in addition, you know, I want to talk about a few other things. Please put in the comments whatever you have questions with. Notice up above, there's a link that says how I can see your name in the comments. So it just doesn't say to me Facebook user like it does. Hey, hey, whoever that is. Wait a minute. I have to delete. They got like so many windows. Oh, thank you. I don't know who this is. So I have to look. Hold on. I'm going to set up. Hold on. Time. Talk amongst yourselves. Hold on one second, because I've got to make sure this is airing well and you guys can see me and all of that. Oh, hi, Francis. How are you? Thank you for joining me. I'm excited to have you on. And now I can't see any comments. Oh, thank you for coming on. And to everyone else, thank you also for coming on. I'm going to try to make sure I can see comments, because like I said, it feeds up in this platform as Facebook user. And I like to call you by name. So before I get started, let me tell you who I am. I am Celia Kibler, family empowerment coach, author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids, on a mission to stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids, and giving you guys tips and strategies so that you can overcome the generational cycles of dysfunction and abuse and really create a home environment that's calm, cooperative, fun, happy, and gives us adults in the future that don't have to recover from their childhoods and instead can blossom from their childhoods. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Can you imagine? I'm the founder of the International Day of Calm, which is on April 5th. Love to have you guys join us, dayofcalm.org. Take the pledge and join us for a whole bunch of great free classes. The founder of Pumped Up Parenting and the founder of Fun Fit Family Fitness. Okay, let's get rolling. Let's not waste any time. So I want to talk about first why kids lie. Understand that as a child, we are taught from the very earliest times of life about storytelling. We have our dolls, we have our cars, we have our toys, and we make up stories around those things and around different things that incorporate in our life. Toys, travel, all kinds of stuff that we use storytelling for, that a child's imagination comes into play. Now, difference between that and a lie: at the beginning, kids don't really know. Storytelling. So they're not coming from a place of being mean to you or aggression. They're coming from a place of, I've always told stories, so why stop now? That's one reason. Next reason is, if your child is punished or gets into trouble a lot, then they're going to make up a story and lie to avoid punishment. Okay? So that's another issue. Are you yelling at your child a lot? Are you, giving them a lot of punishment? Are they afraid to do a lot of things because they think they might get in trouble? That is the most common reason that children make up a story. Another reason they may lie is that they're protecting someone else. They may have a sibling that they don't want to get in trouble, maybe it's a younger sibling, and they take the blame. Or opposite, they may want to get a sibling in trouble and they lie about something that child didn't really do to avoid them. So there's all this dimensional lying behavior that all children present. And our job as parents is to make the definition between lying and telling the truth, and why it's important to tell the truth, and why lying is not the same as storytelling. Storytelling is a good thing normally. Lying, not such a good thing. Okay. Another big difference that parents don't realize is that children do not understand the difference between fantasy and reality until they're about 5, 6 years old. So you can tell that by, like, when you watch a show like Peppa Pig. That just came into my head. And your little children think Peppa is real, is not a drawing, is an actual real live thing. Hi, CL. How are you? Good to see you. So that fantasy versus reality that we know something not true, something is true, doesn't come into your child's brain until they're 5 or 6 years old. So if they're 4 years old and they're telling a story, they don't really know the difference. They have to be taught. There again, remember, the brain of a human does not fully develop till 25 years old. So if your child is 10, that's 15 more years of development they have to go through. And development is learned. Some is brought into the brain as they age, but overall, learned behavior is how that brain develops. And so they're going to learn things from you, which brings the question, hi, Penny. Love you so much. Which brings the question into our world of how do we help our kids understand that lying is not something they want to do. We want to be honest. We want to be a person of integrity. And that's how we want to live our lives moving forward. So, and guys, if you're just here listening, a lot of parents get challenged with this and then they just get mad and scream and yell at their kids and think it's horrible when actually, depending on the age of the child, they may not even realize they're doing it. So please share this out with someone you know that might need help. Maybe you just had a conversation with someone about this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. Okay, so first and foremost, guys, as I've told you before, being a good, positive role model for your children is vital. You have to be the person you want them to be. So if you lie, don't be surprised when they lie, okay? If you are not a person of integrity, and a person of integrity, for those of you who don't know, is a person that lives by their values. I say I'm going to do something and I do it. I tell my kids, if you don't stop doing this, we're going to leave. I don't just keep saying that. I actually leave if they don't stop doing something. It is important to be a parent that has integrity because that follow through is key in getting your children to the behaviors that you want your children to be at. If you are a person that doesn't have integrity and you keep throwing out idle threats, your children won't listen to you at all. They know that, well, whatever you say and do, it's not going to happen, so why listen to you? Yes, CL, absolutely. We definitely model behaviors for our kids. Absolutely. And that's CL King, even though it says Facebook user, the amazing, the wonderful, who will also be with us teaching a class on the International Day of Calm. And he and I are going to do a podcast together next week. So super fun. Is it next week or is it Thursday? Could be this week. I'll have my calendar in front of me. Anyway, he's amazing. If you don't follow CL, you have to because he's awesome. So here is something that we don't think of that gives our children permission to lie that is really important to remember and to share with your relatives. So here's a scenario. Your child goes to be with their grandparent and you say, please, mom or dad, please don't take them for ice cream for whatever reason. And Yeah. Oh, this Thursday. Good, CL. So this Thursday, we're doing a podcast together. So you tell your parent not to take them for ice cream for whatever reason, or you tell them not to do something. I just use ice cream popped into my head. And that parent goes to take your child for ice cream as a treat, but says to your child, do not tell mommy. Now, although this is very innocent, this is a very innocent gesture that they're making, and they're not doing it to be mean or destructive. But the problem with that is, and if you explain it to them like this, they will understand. The problem is at that moment, you have just given your child permission to lie. If you say, don't tell dad this, don't tell whoever this, don't tell mom, you just gave your child permission to lie. Because now, when you say, so what'd you and grandma do? Your child now has to come up with a story that does not include going to get ice cream. Thus, a storytelling that is not the truth. And it is giving them permission to go ahead in life and lie. It is something that happens to kids all the time. And it's something that is done unintentional, not done, intentionally harmful. It's just a thing that's been going on for decades and decades and decades. But when you examine it, it gives your child permission to lie. You are saying, okay, you can lie about this because I don't want your parent to know, or I don't want your dad to know, or I don't want your mother to know, whatever. Okay, so that's one very common way we give our children permission to lie. Okay. Remember that you can tell a story when you're trying to talk to your child about difficult subjects and getting them to tell the truth. You can do it in a way that you're storytelling. And that sometimes helps them to get out the truth if it's referring to someone else. And they're not feeling like I'm going to get in trouble, so I'm going to lie. Instead, say, you know what? I heard there was a little boy in school. Now, granted, this is ultimately you're making up a story, but it's not a harmful story because we're trying to encourage our child to tell their feelings and tell what might have happened in school. You can say something like, I heard that a friend was, hitting another child in your school. Do you know about this? And it may relate enough to your child that they start talking about what happened. And you can surround it with, if I was a parent, I would be very concerned. I would not get that child in trouble because I would want to help the child. So there's a lot you can say in a scenario like that that helps your child to be more truthful and less dishonest. You can also set up a family vision for your whole family. Doing your family meeting, set up a family vision and mission that includes honesty. And let your child know when you're talking about things that whatever you're talking about is a conversation that is calm, without judgment and without criticism. Judgment and criticism itself will encourage children to lie because they feel like you're going against them. They feel like you're being critical of what they're doing, even though they're not sure if they're doing the right thing or not. They're just going to get criticized. And when kids get criticized and judged on a regular basis or made fun of, laughed at, they'll shut down. And they're not going to reveal things that you need to know as a parent to you because they're afraid of that judgment and criticism. They will stop talking. They will lie. They will tell stories that aren't the truth, and they will never feel comfortable coming to you as they get older and older, which you always want your children feeling comfortable to come to you. Always. When they're teenagers and they're getting stuck in the situation, you want to make sure they know that they can come to you, that they can reach out. My kids, all in their 30s, my daughter about to be 40, they all know that all they have to do is call me and I'm there. I don't care where they are in the world. I will get there as fast as I can to help them. And they all know it, even my 3 stepsons. So make sure you are presenting yourself when you're having conversations with your child. You are being a good listener. You are not just hearing their words, but feeling their emotions. You are not interrupting, not judging, not criticizing, none of that. You are letting them talk. And if you want to practice listening, guys, in this group, in Pumped Up Parenting group on Facebook, not in YouTube, there is, if you go to the file section, there's a great listening game that you can start practicing how to listen with your children without interrupting. We're so quick to give them our help. Let them explain everything and always believe them. So this is the last thing I'm going to tell you. Stop labeling your children. Stop calling them liars. Even if they have lied to you, if you constantly call your child a liar, guess what? He will grow up or she will grow up to live up to that expectation. And they will eventually stop telling the truth because they'll be like, why should I tell the truth? Because everybody thinks I'm lying anyway. So why bother? I'll just lie. So stop labeling your children. Label them with good things. Don't label them with the negative. You're lying. You're lazy. You're a bad kid. Nobody's a bad kid. We make choices that are not so great in the world. Adults do it all the time. But it doesn't make us bad. It makes us need to learn how to make better choices. That's why there are consequences. And stop punishing and start learning what a proper consequence is. Punishments create fear in your children. And they don't learn anything. They don't learn to make a better choice. They just get afraid of being punished, leading to what we said before, lying. Okay, guys. So that helps you, gives you some ideas of why kids lie, gives you some ways you can stop it. If you need to reach out to me, if you have questions, absolutely. You can set up a call with me. Go to talkwithcelia.com and set up a call. If on April 5th, and I hope this if is an absolutely, you plan on joining us, we are going to have some great classes, and we are even going to kick off some classes on April 4th to get really moving to the International Day of Calm on April 5th. Let's see if we can calm down this world. Let's see if we can all, not just parents, become intentional with the way we use our words, the way we say things, the way we act and behave. Communication is 80% nonverbal cues, 20% the words you say. So let's actually focus on what we're saying, how we're saying it, when we're saying it, and start really respecting people we're talking to, not reacting over something that someone said, thinking about it, becoming proactive, and taking control of what we can control. And you can always control the way you react to other people. Let's all calm down. Go to dayofcalm.org, dayofcalm.org, and find out what's going on. Take our pledge to be calm. When you take the pledge, you'll get a free PDF giving you 15 ways to calm yourself, your life, your parenting. It is for everybody, not just parents. This world needs to calm down, and I think you'd agree. So share it out with your friends, spread the word, use the hashtag #I'mCalm2, the number 2. And let's get everybody to at least have one day where they feel calmer, they're thinking before they act, and just maybe they'll like it so much that they'll continue day after day after day. Dayofcalm.org. I'm excited for all the classes we're going to have. You just won't believe the lineup. It should be up on the website very soon, the full lineup. We have a couple samples up there. In the meantime, I thank you for being here. I know 20 minutes of your time is valuable, and I'm grateful that you chose to spend it here with me. As always, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. Laugh more, guys. Things are funny. Laugh with your kids. Have fun with your kids. That creates a bond that never ends. And I'll see you here next time in Pumped Up Parenting, the International Day of Calm, and around the web. Bye-bye, everyone.